So which one is this?
Square Enix.
Square Enix. All right. Let's see.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Let's see.
It's Matt Mercer here, and I'm back as your host of Square Enix Presents. Today, we have a special E3 edition of the show for you, with new game announcements, updates, and exciting news from our studios across the globe. So let's kick off with the world premiere of a brand new game from Eidos Montreal. We hope you enjoy the show.
World premiere.
I am so proud of you. Do you know what a birthright is, Peter?
What, Peter Quill?
I was gonna say, this is Star-Lord.
That's Guardians.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Gardeners of the Galaxy?
Gardeners.
What? No, Rocket. So I let Groot fill out the paperwork.
Dun, 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 dun.
So we got fined. We appear to be 6,963 units short. I know, we clearly need a plan.
It's the same
Dude,
song
this
from the He-Man trailer.
Yep.
This is co-op. It could be really cool.
Could be.
If it's solo, it could be really cool.
I mean, this looks really cool, but goddamn, does it make me just want a Cowboy Bebop game?
What?
That looks cool.
Gosh, me!
You want monster? I'll show you monster! No! We disrobe!
Keep your pants on.
Although, it could be used as a distraction.
Do you only play as Quill?
We're all professionals here, right? Maybe we can work something out.
I don't know.
You had one job, Quill.
I did exactly what?
You are Star-Lord.
No killing teammates. That's who. It's literally in your contract. I made no such commitments.
In less than 3 cycles, all would be lost. The galaxy cannot be saved, Peter Quill.
We can do this together.
Got this. They look like they got this.
It looks pretty good. Whoa. Who are you?
Sunlord, right?
Hey.
There it is.
Kaboom!
Hey, the dog. What's a llama?
A blue llama.
No, of course I will. I'll call you.
I thought he was being attacked.
October 26th.
Dang,
That looks
okay.
fun.
Hi, my name's Olivier Proux, senior producer here at Eidos Montreal. For the past few years, we've had the privilege to work on our version of Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy and reimagine it into a single-player, story-driven, third-person action-adventure game. It's our own fresh take on the Guardians, and something that's really unique to our game is that you get to be Peter Quill. As Star-Lord, you're constantly in the middle of the action as you try to lead this band of misfits. But today, I'm really excited to have all of you join us on this journey, and you'll hear more about the game from our team behind this
I feel like
project.
someone had that
Right, let's
exact
do
same
this.
jacket in the press conference yesterday.
Marvel's cosmic characters. Growing up as a kid, I read them, enjoyed them, loved them. I had the opportunity to
That
write
Nova?
for Marvel on some of their cosmic titles. I went back with the help of Bill Roseman, the editor, and kind of cherry-picked characters from Marvel's past.
The opportunity here was to build a team, but to make it all underdogs, so that the reader would think, oh my gosh, how is this team going to survive?
And that became the Guardians of the Galaxy comic, which we loved working on.
That's cool.
I remember the first time that the Marvel crew came to Montreal, we were showing them the design of the characters, how they would look, and they stayed silent. I don't know if it's a minute, but in my head, it was a minute. I was like, oh my God, like they hate it.
We realized how much that Marvel and Eidos Montreal share and have in common, and that we knew the Guardians were in perfect hands.
Looking at the samples that Eidos were kind enough to show me, I think he's fantastic and absolutely in the spirit of what these characters are.
What makes the gameplay experience unique to me is no matter in what phase of the game you are, whether you're in exploration or you're fighting, the Guardians are constantly around you and you never feel alone. While you're the leader, the Guardians will also challenge you and make decisions on their own, and you will have to adapt to it.
You are literally
Vote
part
to
of
sell
the Guardians
Rocket.
of the Galaxy.
The decisions you'll
Excited
make
for
will
a
have
good single-player
lighthearted to
game.
haunting repercussions, and the game will react to what you do and say.
The more no-killing teammates.
Says who?
It's literally in your contract. I made no such commitment.
You are playing as Star-Lord and you're using your blasters and you're using your jet boots.
Star-Lord is really empowering. He's very agile on the battlefield. He can slide and over with his jet boots. Of course, he has his elemental blasters that have different powers as well. And on top of all of this, he can use the unique abilities of his Guardians.
We're not pirates. We're legally incorporated heroes for hire.
Gardeners of the Galaxy?
No.
The story is about a group of misfits, the Guardians. In our world, they've been together for less than a year. They create something on a small scale that looks insignificant. And as they progress through the story, they discover that they created something really big that threatens the galaxy.
There are a lot of very interesting villains in the Marvel franchise. And when you're starting to work on a story like this, you get to get your pick of which ones will make the best for this story. That gives us the opportunity to bring in some that are well known, but some that are also not all that well known.
What Eidos is getting so right about them is capturing what it's like to be a misfit family. They're also bringing an amazing imagination to it. You're going to see planets and characters that are going to blow your mind.
Interpreting it in its own way, I think, makes it feel incredibly fresh and exciting. It's not a matter of trying to replicate the comic or trying to replicate the film. It's trying to take the medium you're working in and make the best version of Guardians out of that.
They made it fun. They made it rock and roll. They delivered everything you would want in a Guardians game.
Oh, Waller twins.
Kind of, yeah, right?
A little bit.
I want to see more of the mocap people. I just like watching them do stuff and move around and dance and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
Unexpected, but cool.
Oh, they're just
Can we
gonna
see
play it?
gameplay?
Okay.
I'm pressing the A button on my GameCube controller. Nothing's
Do
happening.
something.
You have to press X.
This is a cool start
There
screen.
you go.
Okay, I got it.
37 units?
We appear to be 6,963 units short. We intend to keep our ship, Peter Quill. I know. We clearly need a plan.
I love the Space Invaders pin.
What? Oh, come on. You've been hoarding them stupid knickknacks ever since you first joined us. I mean, don't tell me they ain't worth nothing.
Quarantine zone was always
holding out on
My
us.
figurines are not knickknacks.
Team's in trouble, and you can't be bothered to make no sacrifice.
I will sacrifice your head.
And take us to the majestic mountain.
Which one do you stop?
Guys, I think we should hear our group for once.
You know, the only problem with your plan is that Lady Hellbender only buys monsters, and you are not a monster.
Groot, are you really offering to...
No, he is not
Can
offering.
he sell himself to someone?
It could work.
Sell Groot? I guess we could
Sell
bust him
Groot,
out
then
after.
have him escape.
Absurd. Lady Hellbender seeks the monster within. The small, ugly one is clearly the correct choice. Sadistic, and his soul is filthy and filled with rage.
I vote we sell Groot. I honestly think Lady Hellbender will go for it.
Yeah, well, I vote for not Groot.
I also vote for the creepy little beast.
2 votes each. Peter?
So this was the vote to sell Rocket.
Well, Rocket's definitely scarier on the inside. He's unstable and vicious and
I'd be able to catch it on Aaron's camera.
Okay, we get it.
All right, let's do this. Let's go sell a monster.
We're not seriously flying into that.
They say the weather patterns of Seknarf 9 are tied to the temperament of its ruler.
That's not how women work.
Or weather. Flying the wrong way.
Nah, he's not flying at all.
Guys, relax. Just one.
This is giving us a really good look at it, isn't it?
Yeah. That's cool. I like that ramp a lot.
It is neat.
Commander's castle isn't even that far. That is not a castle. It is an impregnable fortress.
So how do we impregnate it?
Ask Peter!
Let's just get closer. We'll figure it out on the way.
How do we impregnate it?
There is nothing to figure out. As beast merchants, we will easily gain access to Lady Hellbender.
Good! We've already got a beast. All that's left is the merchant part.
Good thing I put on my official merchant costume.
There is no such thing. Right?
The fact you ain't sure don't bode so good.
Dude, how do you get across that?
That is some really crazy lightning out
get
there. Never seen anything like it.
Meteorological suicide is what it is.
I don't know why, but I kind of like that they're yelling, because sometimes games don't do that. They just talk.
Sure.
You can hear each other no matter how far you are.
Miraculously hear anyone.
Yeah.
The dialogue's been pretty good.
At least you got a jacket. Some of us are soaking here.
Less whining, more walking.
Hey, Storm
He's got
Lord,
fur.
We ain't seriously walking through this. It'll take forever in this storm.
Stop complaining. The hardship will strengthen your spirit.
I face more than enough hardship. Thank you very much.
You are
Is Groot behind them?
Yeah, he must be. Just don't fall and we'll be fine.
Stays with the ship.
No, but they're selling him.
Uh-oh. Use your jetpack.
They're
thing.
selling.
Wait, this is a creature or no? Is it just falling apart? Okay.
I think it's a thing.
He can fly. Why didn't he fly?
You didn't want the rest of them to look bad.
We should have gone to Maku 4.
Jello. Jello.
You know what? I survived freaking half-world. Think I'm scared of some little...
Oh!
Jesus. Get ready.
You gotta fight.
You gotta fight this Jello.
They are amorphous vermin.
Shoot first, questions later.
Aw,
It's
neat.
storming here.
This one hurts.
My monitor dipped out.
You can tell him what to do.
Smash them up, Drax! Meet your maker. Steel boys enjoying this way too.
We got a storm just like the game going on here. At the Wave Cave.
That's kind of cool. You can select someone and then tell them what kind of attack to do.
Yeah, it's kind of like Dragon Age.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice
I really
little
like
look
that
at that.
mechanic.
Phone, I said Groot, not Google.
Should we ask them for directions?
I'm thinking maybe they are directions.
Oh, like a
The combat looked a little
signpost or
slow,
something.
but maybe it doesn't feel that way when you're playing.
On it, but statues suggest civilization, and the only settlement I saw when we were topside.
It's Lady Hellbender's fortress.
Dead end. That's just great.
It's a retractable bridge. They used them at the prison I was in.
Too bad the controls are on the other side of the giant chasm.
What do you not have time to dawdle in this jungle? I shall hurl the creature over the chasm so he may activate the bridge.
I may activate a hole through your face.
They're on the wrong side of the river.
It'll be fine. Just curl up in a ball.
What?
Drax, throw him.
It's just like
It's okay. He'll land on his feet.
Jesus.
Guess that only applies
Rocket
to
is
cats.
furious that you let Drac through.
Rocket will remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Order the beast to do its job.
Rocket, come on, man.
Ram it, dash face.
Fix the bridge and we'll raise your cut by 5%.
I want 10.
Okay, deal. Thanks for the bridge, Rocket.
If you even think of pulling that
Wait.
scud again.
Hear that?
Guys.
Another one.
I got it.
Whoa. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Demogorgon.
Yep.
Oh, it's gonna eat it.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
These things killed the cube. They're tougher.
That's a great narrative way of telling it.
Do you think this is the same engine from Marvel's Avengers?
Drax just jumped on top of it.
Kind of looks like it, doesn't it?
Oh no.
Oh no.
What is Deadly Strike?
These are really good predators for gelatinous cube to be able to freeze them.
Yeah. True.
Guys, huddle up.
Oh, he's using ultimate.
Oh my gosh. Wait, he got to play music, now he gets to fly and shoot? That's his ultimate?
Yeah,
that's pretty sweet. Listen to some music and kill some stuff.
He's the only one that can hear it, right?
Yeah, it's probably just him.
That's ridiculous. But I love it.
I mean, maybe it's close to their earpieces.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Me.
Uncanny.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's cool.
That is
Yeah, I love
definitely
that.
my top 10
I do like how the stylish meter is all like Marvel adjectives.
Oh, right. The cage.
The point of even getting the Flarkin thing was looking like we mean business.
All right, Rocket.
Oh,
Time to
okay.
put on your
Yeah,
monster face.
I only got one face, Quill.
Are you sure about this, Peter?
Look at him. You better have one hell of a sales pitch.
Maybe Gamora's right.
No.
We should try selling Groot instead.
Just Rocket.
This is an affront to democracy.
We might need Rocket on the outside for this one.
Yeah, we noticed.
You want to make that call, then you better not mess this up.
You hang tight there, bud. When the time comes, I'll get you out of there. Rocket style if I got it.
Rocket style.
Drat,
I assume with
Gamora, can you help me with this?
Fast?
Why?
Wait, no one's gonna help carry it?
To guarantee your safety as a leader.
Oh, come on.
Well, they're just. I don't know. It's got wheels.
Don't look at me, I ain't pulling that thing.
Okay.
It also looks like it's a
Remember,
sound
buddy,
dampener.
Menacing, like me, only bigger. Not bad, not bad.
Easy, big guy. So,
Whoa, what is
how
that
long
thing?
before someone else wants to pull this
Giant
thing?
flying fish thing.
Here's 60 clicks from the fortress.
Interesting.
Turtle.
I like it.
Alright.
It looks kind of cool.
They got a lot of time in there.
It did.
Saw a lot of this game.
We're still going.
Yeah.
Don't stop for nothing.
Whoa.
That is a
That
very
must be
big
like
gun.
An ultimate of some sort too.
Yeah.
Like you can choose what kind of ultimate you want.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I wonder if she's like the queen that they were going to sell
How
to.
many times do I have to kill you? The audacity
don't think so.
that you thought you could rob me, Dweller! Feast upon them!
Dweller. Oh, that's Dweller. Hey, Dweller.
That's the thing. The big
You got this.
Probably. Another October.
It's not too far away either.
Yeah. Pre-order now.
Okay.
PS4, Xbox.
Sunlord outfit.
Now we're going to revisit two iconic brands that are being
That was
remastered
cool. That
for
was-
modern
was
platforms.
a lot of
First
game
up,
there.
Relive the classic games in the Final Fantasy series. And then get one more peek at Legend of Mana ahead of its June 24th launch.
They're remastering the older Final Fantasy games?
Yep.
What is that?
6 Tales of Epic Adventure. Damn.
One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Coming soon. Steam and mobile.
Nice.
Cool.
Some of the best ever. Yes, Secret of Mana, I believe. I have not gotten a chance to play yet. But maybe I'll play this one. Legend of
Legend.
Mana. Okay.
June 24th.
Legend of
I'll have to go back and play Secret.
It's like 2 weeks.
It is.
Up next, Earth's mightiest heroes continue their fight to defend the world in Marvel's Avengers. The team at Crystal Dynamics is excited to share the latest updates with you. including new mission types and a growing roster of heroes.
Should be seeing some Black Panther.
Let's see what they're
Cosmic
doing now.
Cube.
Avengers, secure that super weapon at all costs. Cosmic energy is building up.
Every second counts, people. Keep it moving.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
That's an interesting looking world there. Arena. Hey, it's Science Hulk. Yeah, Professor Hulk, right?
Yep.
The world doesn't need Avengers. AIM will save this world. I will save it.
There is no end to these crumbs.
You don't understand what that cube is capable of.
None of us played any more of Avengers, did we?
No, it's one I wanted to do for the story stuff. But I think just Eric and I streamed a little bit of it. Oh, look at that guy. Like a beard.
I applaud your efforts to connect with your roots, but as a man who has seen 3 Black Panthers fall, I must warn you of a few things. Many eyes follow the path you are about to walk down.
Suit's cool.
You just wanted to show off your suit.
Would have been cool to get a Guardians of the Galaxy style game, but Black Panther. The awesome Arkham style game, you know? All stealthy and shit.
It is Claw.
Claw?
Oh no, he's blowing up Wakanda.
Oh, those are much bigger than I thought they were.
I didn't think they were that big either.
Vibranium doesn't belong to you. You are right. Vibranium does not belong to me. It belongs to Wakanda.
You think Claw has a grappling hook?
I hope so.
He has a grappling claw.
What? A big claw?
Black Panther, War for Wakanda expansion.
Included no additional cost?
No additional costs?
Now
Really
it's
cool.
time to give mobile players a quick look at some of the games that will be available in the coming months.
Good evening, 426. Our intelligence reports a new threat to global stability.
Yeah, Hitman Go
Their
2.
reach is unlike anything we have seen before. Following Agent 47's disappearance, you were selected because of your remarkable skills. Execution must be perfect. We will strike from the shadows.
Oh.
And they will never know what hit them.
Sniper the Shadows.
Watch world premiere Thunder.
A sad and beautiful tale that echoes throughout eternity. The first mobile entry in the Nier series. Nier Reincarnation.
Interesting.
Warrior of Light. Turns to Ardia.
Okay.
Limited collab.
Final Fantasy. Please.
Final Fantasy is weird, Aaron.
I'm like, they're shooting stuff. 7, the first soldier.
Available worldwide 2021.
What was that?
Today, the team at
Makes me think
Platinum
that
Games is giving
Resident
you an
Evil
exclusive look at
multiplayer
the
game
epic
they
world
released.
of
What was that?
Babylon's Fall, featuring fluid combat, powerful weapons, and a unique art style.
P-Star.
P+.
This must be,
Built over 1,000 years, it was meant to be a tower of dreams. But for 1,000 more, it was seen as a tower of ruin. Persevering through fire and ice and the coldest of winds, eventually the tower became a symbol of unrelenting ambition. That tower's name is Babylon.
Babylon's Fall. By Platinum Games?
Yeah.
Does the savior of Neo-Babylon stand among us?
That voice.
Let's find out without further ado.
That really sounds like a character from.
If I'm to die, then I'll die for hope, for what little hope there may be.
Seen through the veil at last, have you? We're all prisoners of our subjective reality.
Yep, it's true.
Believe only what you see, and you're like to end up seeing only what you believe.
Not but two paths lie ahead. Ascend to the heaven above the tower.
Drill to the heavens.
Like this one now before you.
Now begins its tale of both hope and despair.
Oh, coming to PS5 as well.
Oh?
Oh, that one's not mobile?
No.
No.
プラチナゲームズは本当にアクションっていう部分に関しては世界屈指のデベロッパーだと思ってますし、ニーアオートマタでそれが証明できたんじゃないかなと思ってます。
ニーアオートマタのアクションをもっと楽しむためにどうしたらいいかって選ばれたジャンルがハック&スラッシュでしたので、このゲームのコンセプトは端的に言うとニーアオートマタのアクションでハック&スラッシュというジャンルを楽しむということになります。
もちろん一人でも遊べるんですけど、4人でダンジョンを攻略していくゲームになります。
コンセプトについては、プレイヤーが、途切れない目標に向かって、アクション、追い求め続けることができると。プレイヤーは、ストーリーを追いながらダンジョンをクリアして上層を目指していくと。入手する装備や素材を集めて自身を強化してカスタマイズしていくと。
ゲームのスタイルとしては、オーソドックスなハック&スラッシュという形ですね。ただアクションがスキルや強い力を引き出すためのトリガーになっているところがポイントかなと思っています。
プレイヤーの背中についているギデオンコフィーというのがかなりのキーアイテムとなっています。それによって、遊び方とかカスタマイズの方向性っていうのも変わってきます。
Platinum Games Co-op could be really, really cool.
というところはすごい意識してくれというふうに言われましたね。カートゥーンチックにならないようにというか、リアルに本当に存在している人たちがいるかのような感じは意識しました。
このゲームは運営型のゲームとして開発しています。発売後も定期的に新しいコンテンツを提供する予定です。
ようやく皆さんに改めてこういった形で発表できたこと本当に私たちも嬉しくなってますし、まさにこれから開発の佳境になっていくので精一杯頑張っていきたいので、皆さんも引き続き応援よろしくお願いいたします。
Okay.
I'm intrigued.
So looking at bringing it out and then continuing more as it goes.
Now let's check out the next major entry in the popular Life is Strange series.
Ooh.
True Colors. The team at Deck 9 is ready to give you a deeper look at Alex Chen's psychic power of empathy. But first, here's a look at the Life is Strange Remastered Collection.
Feels so weird to be back. After 5 years, you're still Max Caulfield.
Still need to play 2.
What do you remember about us as kids?
Episodes.
I think about us as little pirates.
1 is incredible.
Running and jumping through Arcadia Bay.
We are awesome! Come on, let's dance! Or take my picture with your new camera.
I like just adding a little bit more detail to everything.
That's Rachel Amber.
After my dad died and you moved, I felt abandoned.
Oh, good, you're here.
Rachel saved my life. She was my angel. Something happened to her. We have to find her, Max.
I agree, fandom. A must play.
No, I think it is too.
Max, what's going on?
No! Whoa. I discovered I could reverse time.
If you don't know that going into the game, which I did not, crazy.
Whatever's going on between us is special.
Step back before you regret it.
Get in, Max!
Then I realized I had a choice and the power to change everything. Arcadia Bay is on the edge of disaster. Time to change time.
Whatever happens, I'll always have your back. Always.
September 30.
Hi, I'm Maya, also known as MXMTune. I'm a musician and the singing voice of Alex Chen in the upcoming Life is Strange True Colors. I hope you enjoyed that first look at official gameplay from the remastered collection. As a longtime fan, I know I did. You can see the love and care that Deck 9 have put into remastering both Life is Strange and Before the Storm. This collection features improved character animation, lip sync, and visuals, breathing new life into these two beloved games. Back in March, we also revealed the next major game in the series, Life is Strange True Colors, a small-town supernatural mystery. Alex Chen must uncover the truth behind her brother's death, using her psychic power of empathy to unravel the shocking secrets of Haven Springs. Today, we have a first look at Alex's unique power in action. Here's game director Zach Garris for more.
No, yeah. I mean, I like the mystery unraveling, and you get to, maybe it's like
Alex's psychic power of empathy is integral to the story of Life is Strange True Colors. It impacts every relationship she builds and every decision she makes.
Never thought I'd have a freaky empath friend.
For years, Alex has been unable to shut out the strong feelings of others, the fear, sadness, and anger of those around her, leading her to believe her power is a curse. In the wake of Gabe's death, Alex realizes the only way she can find the truth is to embrace her power.
I can't believe this is happening. And the only way to understand is to feel what he's feeling.
From the very start, you can use Alex's power to focus on brightly colored auras to gain an insight into people's emotions.
Gabe was too young. Just too young.
These valuable insights deepen Alex's relationships with the folk of Haven Springs, as well as sparking new dialogue options and events, as here from a scene very early on in the game.
You're gonna lose her. You're gonna lose her, and it's all your fault.
Alex has uncovered a secret that Mac wants to keep hidden from his long-term girlfriend, and now he is terrified that Alex will reveal it before he can talk to Riley.
She is the best thing that's ever happened to me. So please, help me out.
Max telling you a whole lot of bullshit.
Listen.
Thanks for telling me the truth, Alex.
Are we still together?
Are you serious? I need to get back to work.
Sure, Alex, we'll get out of your way.
When Alex encounters a particularly strong aura, she can reach out to actively connect with that person's emotions. This generates a nova, a supernatural flare that transforms the world around Alex into a reflection of that person's psyche. In this altered, emotionally charged state, Alex can experience fragments of thoughts and memories to get to the root of their issue.
That's cool.
But not every emotional crisis can be easily dealt with. Some carry a dangerous, even life-threatening
Kind of like she goes into
amount of
Silent Hill.
power.
He's dead! I wish I were too.
No decision is easy, and the consequences will be felt across the game.
This anger could kill her. What if I could just take it away?
Using Alex's power is the only way you can uncover the truth behind her brother's death.
What would that do to her? What would it do to me? And even if I can, should I?
How far will you go in pursuit of that truth? The choice is yours.
Alex's powers look
interesting.
so awesome. I have no idea how I'll make some of these choices, but I can't wait to play it with you all when it comes out on September 10th. Don't forget, you can pre-order Life is Strange True Colors now. And if you choose the Ultimate Edition, you'll also receive the Life is Strange Remastered
Real
Collection.
question is, do you open the
And
window
that's it
for the
today.
bird?
Make sure to follow the Life is Strange social channels for more.
Curious to see how it works. Because they use time travel in a lot of very interesting ways in the first one.
I like what they're doing with that much more than what I've gotten out of the second game.
And now, we are excited to unveil a brand new title from Square Enix Japan.
I'm here to kill chaos. That's my mission.
Hell of a mission.
Looks like chaos has been waiting for us.
You gonna make us go in there and find you?
Guess we'll just show ourselves in.
I only know one thing.
Big sword.
I want to kill chaos. I need to. It's not a hope or a dream. It's like a hunger. Thirst.
Move aside!
These are interesting creatures.
You're dust!
Everything crystallizes.
You sure chaos is here?
Yeah, they can only squash monsters for so long. I hate doing pest control.
This is the shrine of chaos. He's here. We just have to hunt him down.
Feel the pain!
The darkness is so thick I can taste it. This is it. No doubt.
Die already!
There was a knight who left on the same journey as you, but never returned. His name was Garland. If you could, I would be grateful if you looked for him.
Garland.
Chaos.
Oh, there he is.
That's a boss battle right there.
You, Angelo.
I'll crush you!
Knock off his helmet.
When you're beaten!
And who are you?
Oh.
We're here to kill chaos.
The bot?
The prophecy's very own Warriors of Light.
Real.
He always wore such splendid armor, with a helmet that was terrifying to behold.
It's Garland!
No. I become chaos.
Yeah, it might be Calvin.
I think he wanted to kill chaos.
Yeah. Changer of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin.
Oh.
Motherfucker said he wanted to kill Chaos 5 times.
Huh.
And then he's like,
Demo
"Who are
available
you?
on
I'm
PlayStation
Chaos."
5.
I'll leave you with a look at some of the amazing Square Enix
Yeah.
titles you can play now.
That just blew my mind.
As well as those to come.
Garland's from Final Fantasy 1.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but
Just hit me with it.
we're gonna drop plate number 7.
They're gonna do what?
Play now. Final Fantasy 7 Remake Intergrade. Oh, the world ends with you. Yes, please.
Forspoken.
It's all or nothing.
Online.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 14 online.
Thank you for joining us today. Keep an eye out for news about our next Square Enix Presents. I'm Matt Mercer. See you next time.
All right. That looks like all we
Square
have from
Enix.
Square Enix. Real quick.
Interesting. You know, it pops up. Rocket will remember this. He's pissed that this has happened. So that's kind of telltale, like, you know.
Sure. So I'm curious on how that aspect works, but the gameplay too, I thought was kind of cool. I like that you can pick and choose, like, okay, you attack this by using this method here, and then you can target something else while it's being attacked or frozen or whatever. And I don't know, I didn't get a good look at how, you know, here's Groot and here's this ability. Like, did all of them have like hit it weak, hit it strong, do a CC attack?
Yeah.
Or you know, does Drax have a CC? I don't know what they have and what they can do, but I'm glad that you can kind of like play and manipulate your party that you have around you because you're the Guardians of the Galaxy, even though you're just Peter Quill.
It kind of reminds me. I've always enjoyed the first Knights of the Old Republic and the second, but like you would start an encounter and everything would pause, and you could like go and like tell everybody, all right, you go do this, you go do this, I'm gonna go do this, and go, and then you can like kind of switch on the fly too. So it's more of the switch on the fly part of that, but looked really fun.
I think the characters and the story seems interesting. I thought some of the dialogue was very funny. It certainly felt like those characters, but the gameplay just didn't look like my style. It looked kind of sluggish. It reminded me of Marvel's Avengers, the way it looked.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Calvin? Any thoughts on the game?
No, it looked fun. Like Rick said earlier, definitely reminded me of Dragon Age. I really enjoyed those kind of games. More probably for the lore and the story than the gameplay mechanics themselves. But I don't know. I think this is an opportunity to play that style game in another universe, and it'd be really fun.
Sure.
Certainly from what we saw, it got me interested.
Well, and with Square Enix being involved with that and with the Avengers game, which we saw a little bit of that with what they have coming, I don't know if there's any chance that they connect those two or anything either, given that they're both Marvel properties. I know some people were talking about like if the Avengers were to connect with different things and make a bigger gaming world or anything like that, but...
Sure, yeah. I mean, I know that game has struggled in terms of its reception.
Sure.
And it's certainly its player base and stuff like that, so I'm not sure how far they want to go with it, or if they're just trying to keep Guardians its own thing, or...
Sure,
yeah.
But if you can create a game that's different, this is not that game, but
Yeah,
it's in the Marvel Universe, and then you could always make something else where you bring those characters together and revamp a lot of it. You still have those characters, and maybe you kind of bring new life into it, and now you've revamped a little bit and made things hopefully better, but who knows? They've done some different things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they turned Final Fantasy 14 around, so they can do anything.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 14 was crazy.
Yeah,
what they did with that. And but doing new things too, like the new game from Team Ninja that they mentioned was Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin, Rick. Like that's doing some new things to like the first Final Fantasy, you said, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what that is, but that character is, I believe it's been a long time, but from Final Fantasy 1. But that did not look like Final Fantasy 1. So it's sort of the idea that you and I always talked about of, like, what if Hideo went back and made Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2? but he made them today.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really intriguing to like see those games remade in modern times, because like 1 and 2 don't hold up super well. Once you get to 4 especially, I feel like you could go back and play 4 today and it holds up really well. But 1 and 2 maybe not so much. Like they're certainly products of their time. So it's really interesting, like going back, taking those characters and those bare bones stories and just adding more to them and making them modern.
Sure. I mean, I know that was kind of the talk we had, was mainly because Konami is now with Metal Gear Solid, no more Hideo. I think the smartest thing for them to do is to revamp 1 and 2, utilize those stories, and push on. But here, going into a Final Fantasy origin story, could be very interesting. I mean, it looks pretty good. As soon as it popped up, I'm like, this feels like a Final Fantasy game of what I've seen more modern Final Fantasy games of.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I haven't played too many Final Fantasy games. I should try them more recently now. A lot of the turn-based stuff I didn't like as much. I like being able to dodge and block and attack and do that kind of stuff, which is more of what they've gone to now. So I should try again. I should try the new Final Fantasy 7, really. With Final Fantasy, we also had them covering some stuff with Final Fantasy 6 games coming to, I think it was Steam and mobile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be curious how it goes. They have done some Steam ports to some Final Fantasies before that have not turned out the best. So I hope that this goes better. Certainly 4 and 6 I feel like are games that should definitely be played. I imagine that they're going to look like the old game still, but they might have some modern touches that re-releases from Square have had, of things like lowering the random encounter frequency or speeding up combat or stuff like that.
Sure. No, I mean, I've seen a lot of older stuff coming to some newer things where you can still relive the nostalgia or play the games you hadn't played before. I mean, even the Switch, with their virtual console kind of stuff where you can play SNES and NES and whatever else. So I think it's good to be able to do that, because I know some people that are like, well, I never got to play some of the old Final Fantasies. And are some of those ones that weren't released in America?
They have all been released in America by this point, in one form or another. Yeah.
Okay. What about the Legend of Mana? That one coming June 24th.
Yeah, that's a JRPG series that I sort of missed out on. I know it's very well loved, and I believe that this is a sequel to those beloved games. And I'm trying to find when the last one came out. Legend of Mana came out in '99, but I'm not sure what all games there are in the series. But I need to go back and play the original before I get into this new one. But
yeah, well, this one's not a new one, right? I think this was the same as the Final Fantasy 1 through 6 is like a remastered re-release, right?
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
So they're having 2 of these coming out. I didn't know if you ever played the Legend of Mana. I knew you said about like Secrets of Mana.
Yeah, Secrets.
So, but this one here is going to be a remastered. I don't know which consoles. I missed that part. I just caught that it was coming out June 24th, which is like next week.
Oh, that's great then.
So it's coming out pretty quickly.
I think that was the one on iOS and Android.
The Legend of Mana was?
I thought so, but
Legend of Mana Remaster is on Switch. At least it looks like here.
I could definitely see that.
PS something in Steam. PS4, I think.
Maybe he's announcing the PS5.
Well, speaking of mobile and stuff too, they also just had a lot of mobile stuff that they were releasing. There's a Hitman game, a Nier game, also some Final Fantasy. I tried to keep up with all I could.
No, there was a lot of games.
There was a lot that they cut through really quickly on those. They didn't spend nearly as much time on the mobile section. There was a Final Fantasy VII, The First Soldier, which cut into some first-person soldiering.
Yeah.
They caught me off guard for Final Fantasy. I wasn't ready for that, but it did happen.
Not quite what I'm looking for in my Final Fantasy, I feel like.
I understand that. We also had Platinum Games' Babylon's Fall. Platinum Games, I believe, is a developer for Bayonetta. Is that right?
That's what a lot of people were mentioning in chat.
So we have that coming PS4, 5, and Steam. Which
Bayonetta, Astral Chain, Nier, and Wonderful 101.
I mean, they showed a little bit of it. Looked like it's like a hack and slash with 4-player co-op.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's made where like you can play 1 player or if it's made to be a 4-player team.
I think they said that you could play it solo and be just fine. But yeah, that's really interesting. I would love a game with a Bayonetta-style combat system that you could play with friends in co-op. I think that sounds like a great idea.
Sure, and they're also looking at a. They mentioned towards the end there a live service, which I imagine is much more like, more similar like Avengers that they have going on now, where they're constantly keeping updates and new things coming to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, be interesting to see what they do with that and having. Yeah, you're right. I mean, Bayonetta's. I haven't played through, but I've played a little bit of Bayonetta, and something like that with multiplayer could be an interesting game. Also, depending on what kind of bosses you fight. That one guy that they had there on the ground, he was huge.
Yeah. I feel like Platinum Games have really never disappointed me, so really looking forward to it.
All right. And then the last thing I had here was from the Life is Strange segment of it. They covered that there's a Life is Strange remastered coming out September 30th. If you haven't played Life is Strange and you watch this, sorry that they had spoilers in there, but it's a really good game. I really liked it.
I forget everything already.
I went into it fairly blind. It's really good. It's a great story game. You get to also make choices in that too. It can really affect the way the story plays out for you. My playthrough, I'm sure, was very different than Rick's playthrough, but one was really good. Before the Storm, which is also involved in the remastered, is not too bad. It's a little bit of a prequel to give you a little bit more on some characters and stuff. I've only played a little bit of 2, but I do want to finish that just to get the story done. But what'd you think of True Colors, Rick?
It looks interesting. I do wonder how the reading people's emotion thing was going to work. At first, I didn't think it was a very intriguing concept, but the idea that you can it can manipulate the reality around you to mesh with their mind.
Sure.
Sort of a Psychonauts sort of idea. And I think that's a lot more interesting, and there's a lot more maybe they can do with that. My question would be, how much doing it or not doing it is going to change things?
Mm-hmm.
Because with time, I feel like you can make very drastic changes. But with this, you're just sort of changing how people act, maybe?
Well, there was also the element where it sounded like there was an emotion the one girl was having, and she's like, what if I could take that away? What would that do to me?
Mm-hmm.
Almost made it feel like, as an empath, they could take someone else's emotion and put it amongst themselves, but then how does that affect her as well and what story she does further? So you may be able to help this person, but then when you're communicating with someone else later on, does that affect what you have to say and what you do differently because of that?
If you take someone's anger, is that going to explode out of you later at a time where you might not have felt that way?
Yeah.
And
It could
change
also-
some other interaction.
Could also be a limited resource, too, where if you help this person, you don't have the energy to help another person later.
Yeah.
Sure. So I do like the idea of putting in a little bit more with emotion and stuff too, to be able to see how people are feeling, and you can choose I can sense this person's lying or whatever's going on, and I what they showed definitely intrigues me, and I think could add to a really interesting story.
And the first game certainly made me very emotional, so
Sure. Now the
seems
first game
on
had
point.
a really good story, so I
One
would
of my
definitely say if you
favorites.
haven't played at least the first one, to definitely play the first one. If you haven't, you can wait for the remastered. The remastered looked like it just kind of added a little bit more detail to some of the faces and stuff like that too, which is good. But it wasn't. It was never a game that I was playing. When I was playing, being like, man, I really need more graphics. It was more about the story and the characters.
And I just love the premise of small town mystery.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like a Twin Peaks or a Deadly Premonition or something like that. It's just something that appeals to me greatly.
Yeah. In True Colors, we didn't even mention that this Alex is working on trying to figure out her like boyfriend's death or something like that.
Yeah.
Like
Trying to solve the mystery of his death.
The base of it isn't just what's going on with other people. It's that you have your own mystery to this personal character that you're trying to solve as well. So, it seemed really interesting. I'm looking forward to that.
brother.
That one's coming out September 10th, and then the Life is Strange Remastered is coming out September 30th. Besides that, the only other thing they had was showing some new stuff that was coming from Avengers, Cosmic Cube in June, Wasteland, Portal coming, I think it's summer, and then Wakanda coming in summer and beyond. So,
Sure.
some new stuff with that. Like I said, having not played it and having too much experience with it, I've just heard a lot of people on the internet upset with the game. So hopefully they take some of this. I mean, they said it was just adding to it. They're not charging for some of this content. So hopefully they just can add to it and fix some of the issues and stuff that people are having with it. And maybe they can turn it around like they did Final Fantasy 14. So.
Sure.
Yeah, I got up to where you guys were, and the story and characters seemed interesting enough. It just felt super repetitive to me, was its main sin.
Sure. I am interested in going through and I'd like to at least play the storyline and see how that is and what we get out of that. Did you guys have anything else from Square Enix or any other thoughts or?
No, I mean, again, I was pretty surprised by both the reveal of Guardians of the Galaxy and how long they spent talking about it and showing it. Pretty cool.
Okay.
Chris Sabat.
Also, that guy really, really wants to kill Chaos.
He does.
Yeah.
And then he found Chaos. He's like, I'm Chaos.
He did.
He's like,
He
oh,
found
shit.
Chaos.
And then that was
But
the end
Chaos
of the trailer. I wonder what happens.
Was not what he expected.
Probably has to kill Chaos.
Probably.
All right. Well, guys, we have about 45 minutes until the Warner Brothers Back for Blood is going to be back here, and we'll be covering that as well. In the meantime, we'll probably take a small break, but I think we might cut into a demo maybe. I think we do have... Do we want to go with PS5, Rick?
If we want to. I don't know. Whichever.
Mason a little... Or we can do... How about Wave?
Yeah, Wave could be
On the
good.
Switch. We'll do... I think it's called Wave Beat. We're going to check out that. That one just came out this week as well. We saw a little bit of it from the Summer Games Fest. So we're going to take a small break, get some things set up, change over there, and we'll be using the Switch here and playing a little bit of Wave Beat.
Do we want to do any questions first? Do we have any?
Yeah, well, let's check some questions real quick and see if anyone has any questions through. We've done, Microsoft and Square Enix now as well. So let me go through these. All right. We have from Fumin Joe, who said, Rick, are you planning on playing the Nier Automata ever? Automata?
Yes, I do plan on playing it. It was one of the options for me to stream, but it lost in the bracket to Ghost of Tsushima. But I'm definitely going to play it at some point.
Very good.
I don't know if I'll stream it, but I'll definitely play it.
This one's geared towards anybody and everybody. Ryan Morningstar says, which of the games introduced today are you most excited to play on stream as a solo or a group, either one or both? Also, can you feel the good vibes I'm sending your way? Well, thank you, Ryan Morningstar.
I can feel them.
But what games that we've seen have you been most excited that you would be interested in streaming either as group or solo or whatever?
As far as having fun playing them, I'm very excited for Back for Blood.
Yes.
But in terms of watching you guys spiral into chaos, I think that Sea of Thieves update is going to be a lot of fun.
Yep. That's the one. That's the answer.
Yeah. Sea of Thieves is your answer?
Sure, yeah.
What about you, Calvin?
To play? I mean, I always have more fun streaming games when we all play together.
Sure. Like Back for Blood looks like fun to me. I'm also very excited to play some Age of Empires 4.
Oh,
yeah.
I forgot.
We could play that. That'd be fun.
That one's pretty high on my list there. I would really like that.
24-hour stream.
A 24-hour stream of Age of Empires. I don't know. I am really intrigued by the Guardians of the Galaxy game. I think that would be a fun one to stream. And honestly, it's kind of one of those ones where maybe you could have, we've had Jedi Fallen Order streamed a couple times on the channel. Something like that, though, you have some different story aspects happening and occurring. So I think that could be kind of cool to do.
Yeah.